Hello, everyone. This is Danny, and I am doing my movie review for The Foreigner, starring Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan. Um, yeah, I saw it in theaters. I saw it with a good crowd. Everybody was pretty respectful once the movie started about not being on their phones and being involved with the movie. And I appreciate that every time I go and see any movie. And a lot of times people are on their phones and doing something else and being distracted because they're bored or whatever. I'd say people who didn't look like they should maybe be fans of this movie looked like they were pretty involved with it. The action sequences were just nonstop, pretty much. I didn't feel like it slowed down too much. Did have to tell a lot of the story, and maybe it was a little bit repetitive, and maybe it was a little slow, but I felt like the action sequences when they came, I felt like I was watching a Jackie Chan movie. Maybe not so much Pierce Brosnan with the action, but the way he is used to doing action is how this movie felt, and it felt very normal. So I'd say the action sequences overall just satisfied because they're what they're used to, and they felt like they'd make a movie together. They both wanted to put a little bit of their style into it. So if you have ever watched any Pierce Brosnan or Jackie Chan movie, I don't think you'll be feeling like, oh, this is something completely different. It's really not. It's in their comfort zone. I'd like to say that the story is really the kicker here. There is a middle part where you're kind of lulled, maybe into a dream state, and then it keeps coming back, like I said, with the action scenes. But the storyline, if you're not paying attention the whole time, you might have to watch this twice. I hope a lot of people that see this review listen to this one thing. You might have to buy this movie. You might not want to, but you have to, because you're gonna want to watch it two or three times just to understand everything that happened. Because I don't think I quite understand everything that happened in the movie. There's a couple characters there, and they have something really important happen, and then it just goes forward. And if you're not paying attention, you're gonna get left in the dust. All right, so when you're watching this movie, especially in the theater, if you're in a recliner or in a place that serves food the whole time, it might not be the best place to watch The Foreigner, because you really have to be paying attention. There's a lot of twists, there's a lot of turns, there's a lot of things that are just said that are really important, but they're just said really quick. So you gotta pay attention. That's the story. And then the characters, oh wow. For a while, you're just kind of thrown somebody else to somebody else, and this person's related to that person, and it's how it's supposed to be. I mean, this is called The Foreigner, but pretty much everyone in this movie is a foreigner to us in the U.S. And it's a little bit hard to understand them sometimes. It's a little hard to understand why they're doing what they're doing, or why they're offended, or why they're mad, or why they want to kill somebody, or what exactly their country's policy is on things. So you're just wondering why things are going the way they are. So basically, you've got to kind of understand the countries that are involved, the country's policies, because this is very in depth, and I feel like everything is accurate. And so that's why it follows the scheme that it does. So you better be paying attention to people that are introduced, what connection they have to somebody else, and why they're important, and then look at what they do and try and understand why it is they do what they do. Because there's one character in this movie in particular that he could have his own agenda, but he's loyal, but he's vicious, but then he turns out to be soft-hearted. That's one guy in this movie. And pretty much everybody's like that. So you just got to kind of be emotionally involved. to really understand everything that's going on and understand how people would react in London or China or whatever. You gotta kind of think about what's all involved, not just say, oh, well, that guy was mean and now he's nice. Well, that's stupid. Well, maybe that's kind of how they do things over there in that country that he's from. And I mean, there's a lot involved, and you're always kind of wondering that, like, why somebody's doing what they're doing. So just try and hang in there. That's all I can say. My last note, I wasn't going to give away what character I was talking about that is up and down, but Jackie Chan's character, at the end, all I'm going to say about the end is that we are led to believe that he knows what's going on from the beginning. So you have to look back when you watch it again, which I'm going to do sometime, and you have to look at every single thing that's happening along the way, and you're like, oh, that's boring. Oh, he's saying the same thing. Oh, he just is saying 3 words. He knows at the end everything that was going to happen was going to happen. That's how I left the theater. It's like Jackie Chan's character was special ops or whatever back in China, special military police like he always is in every movie. But I'm led to believe, and I feel like he knew what was going on the whole time. So it kind of kills it for you at the end that, that he's just some dad, and along the way he was just kind of like, saying one thing, and then boom, it hits you. So if you're watching this review and then you're going to go watch the movie, it might actually help you to know that. Because along the way, you're like, what the heck is going on? And, oh, this is boring. And then you get hit with that at the end. And I think it would be helpful to know. So, just in my personal opinion, I think this movie is too smart for people. I think it was really well done. I think the characters in it are way overdeveloped for people to understand and figure out what's going on. This is probably how people felt when they first watched The Matrix or Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or, maybe even the first Star Wars ever made. Maybe people were wondering like this. In Twilight, look at all the relationships involved in that. We didn't know who was who after the first time I watched that. It was hard for me to figure out Lord of the Rings characters the first time. I'm so glad they kept making those, because I didn't know who people were until at least the second movie. This is very much like that. And it's probably going to be the only one. There's no franchise of The Foreigner coming. So, just for that fact, I'm going to give this movie a B+. I think it was very well done, and it's right on the borderline of A. But I just don't know if people are going to connect with it. They're going to try and figure it out. I'm trying, but I enjoyed it. I appreciated the actors. I appreciated the effort of the character development. I just think it was too much for people, and they're not going to understand it. So I think it was, other than that, it was great. And just, if you want to go enjoy it, great. But if you don't care to find out what really is going on, then you're probably just going to think it's stupid, and that's going to be your opinion. So that's it for me, guys. B+ for The Foreigner, starring Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan. I'm going to keep making these reviews. If you keep watching, hit that subscribe button and enjoy your movies, guys. Thanks.